Hey guys, this is Danny Boy. I apologize for not putting out my 40th episode yesterday. I really wanted to, but I really had to get to bed. I had work today, and I really needed to be rested for that. And as I promised, more Javelin gameplay. Now, I'm sure a ton of you guys out there are going to think I'm crazy when I say this, but I can't stand the Javelin. I really don't like using it. Getting this footage was absolutely painful for me. And I really didn't enjoy it, at least not this first video when I was using it, especially in the beginning. And I actually have a pretty good shot this time around. I tried to actually get headshots and, you know, not miss constantly, because what fun is that to watch, but just not my kind of weapon. The delay really irritates me beyond anything ever. And it's just really hard to get used to. So I won't be using it again unless specifically requested to do so. Again, if you guys have a specific loadout you want to see, feel free to ask and I will try to acquiesce to your request. I will accommodate you. Also, I was using the Hornet this time around. Again, not a weapon I really like. I just used it because I haven't used it in a long time, so let's try it out a little bit more. But yeah, it's just, you know, a 3-shot burst SMG. Does okay damage, but has pretty nasty recoil. So yes, we are facing the Geth once again. And I also wanted to test, because I've been speculating that you can shoot through cover with the Javelin, keeping in mind that you can shoot through cover with pretty much any weapon if you pick the piercing mod or whatever it's called, but I thought maybe it had that as just a base effect. Kind of like it has the see-through cover sort of thing, the purpley, gooey, whatever, on enemies. But after some testing, I have concluded that no, you can't shoot through cover. If you can, it would have to be incredibly thin, because anything, like the cover that you see around me, any of that, it didn't work. And I think I actually show farther on that I tried to do it, and it just doesn't work. But anyway, so yeah, not a huge fan of the Javelin. It's just a really awkward weapon for me to use, and I just don't need it. I don't need a single-shot sniper rifle. Oh, boom, headshot, yippee, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I don't get any particular joy out of getting headshots with single-shot sniper rifles. All I care about is the enemy dying. I don't care if he dies instantly. As long as he dies in a reasonable amount of time, that's all I care about, and as long as I don't die in the process. So also, quick shout-out to Leet Call of Duty 4, COD 4. He commented on, I forget which video, but basically asking, why do I not use the cover switch button? I always manually take cover. Why don't I use it? Am I aware of it? Well, and as I told him, the reason I don't use it, and if you don't know, you can, there's a keybind where, and it says in the tutorial, where when you're in cover, you can switch cover. I don't know how to describe it. Just, if you're in a doorway, you'll go to the other side of the doorway real quick, or you'll just go around a corner or something. And I pretty much never use it. Number one reason for that is I don't think to use it. I've played Mass Effect 2 for a billion hours, and I never had it then. I never felt like, oh man, I wish I had a cover switch button. So I just don't think to use it. I'm used to not having it. I never need it, so I just don't use it. I very rarely think to use it, but when I do, it seems really awkward. Part of that is probably because I have a really weak bind for that. I think its default is middle mouse, which I hate. I rebound it, and as I think you'll see in the video, to tilde, and that was a really weak bind. That wasn't a good idea. So I'll have to change that as well. I just don't know what I want it to be, necessarily. So maybe I'll experiment with that some more. But it's just not something I need, not something I care about. I find it kind of clunky, so that's why I don't use it. But I will try to use it some more, because maybe that's my failing, and I can improve my gameplay by doing so. I don't know, but I'll give it a try. Assuming I remember. Unfortunately, I tend to forget these things. And my phone. And I am back. That was unfortunate. So also something that I didn't really talk about, but I did briefly use the Paladin in my last gameplay, and the Paladin is just a souped-up Carnifex. It has the same problems, the small amount of ammo in reserve, it does good damage, it has very low recoil, it's more of a specialist weapon for dealing with hard targets. But I have to say, considering the thing cost over 200,000 credits, it cost something like 225,000 when bought from the Normandy, not really satisfied. I mean, it's just basically a souped-up Carnifex. I mean, I guess I should have expected that, but was kind of hoping I'd be able to use it more as a primary if I wanted to. You know, a Carnifex that actually has enough ammo for you to use it. Boom. So, that kind of sucked. I guess it's still really good, but not worth over 200,000 credits. When I could have gotten the Black Widow or the Wraith. But I'll probably wind up getting those soon as well. I'll probably take some time to actually go around the galaxy, scanning planets, get some money. Yeah, I don't know what was happening here. For a second I thought he was bugged in the wall and I wouldn't be able to continue. But fortunately I find, eventually, that I can just progress. It was weird. This, by the way, is still Rannoch. You know, we're still facing the Geth, we're still doing that plot point. And pretty sad, all in all. The plot of this game in general, just from what I've seen, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but has made me pretty sad most of the time. I mean, I guess it is sort of an end-of-the-world, you know, scenario. But pretty cathartic in that respect. Pretty emotionally cleansing. Just pretty depressing all the way around. I have been very sad more than once so far in this game, but maybe I'm just a wiener and that's me. Probably. Also, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have been getting a good amount of comments at this point, and I feel like I come off as a smiling idiot when I reply, because it seems like the vast majority of the time I end a comment with a smile, and that's just a habit of mine. I don't know, in real life, if I'm talking to somebody and I stop talking to them, I'm going to smile. And with these comments, I assume that this will probably be, you know, it'll just be you say something, I say something, that's it. So the conversation's just kind of ending, so end with a smile. I don't know. It just seems like what you should do, no? Maybe that's me. Again, I don't know. Maybe I am just a wiener. Seems more than likely. This was kind of annoying, just I hate freaking sniper rifles. I hate one-shot sniper rifles. It's so slow. I hate that. I love flanking people. I like charging in and almost dying and being stupid. I hate just sitting back and pew! Pew! Yay, you're dead! Pew! It's just not my thing, I guess. Especially when they're really annoying and I'm just lobbing a turret over there trying to coax them back to me. And they just move backwards. So finally again, it's like, you know what? The hell with this. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to punch you in your little flashlight nose. Where are you? And apparently he was so terrified that he just disappeared. Harry, seppuku, just end it. End it now. Lest I shepherd shuffle him to death. Yeah, I have to say, Engineer is pretty easy mode when it comes to the Geth. Sabotage is so incredibly excellent. Now then again, you are free to use Tally on all of these missions, basically, and she has Sabotage. And I don't generally stack it. I usually just cast it once for me, and then I pretty much ignore her a lot of the time. I did just use it there, but it doesn't happen often. More often than not, I use her to just get rid of shields. So I highly recommend you use her on this mission, on all of these missions against the Geth, because Sabotage is amazing. And I have now upgraded it to the point that, I don't know if you've noticed, but enemies explode and do a ton of damage when they die, which is even more awesome. And then I'll finally upgrade it, and enemies will go berserk and do way more damage, double movement speed, and it'll just be glorious. But I'm looking forward to that. I don't think I'm going to be able to get Defense Drone, though, unfortunately. I don't think I'm going to be able to unlock it, which really, really saddens me. Of all the bonus skills, I really wanted to unlock that to see what it was like firsthand. Maybe to replace Turret with it. Maybe to replace even Combat Drone with it. But certainly wanted to use it as a bonus skill in later playthroughs, but ah well, what can you do? Worst comes to worst, I have saved pretty frequently, and I can just maybe go back to a save or something. But yes, I'm still using Energy Drain, speaking of bonus skills. It is still amazing. It's such a great survivability tool, and I love it because it's active. You cast it, you lower their shields, you improve your shields. It's not just, I have more shields all the time. It's something that you actually use actively. And you can use it to replace overload, which is great because I don't have enough key bindings. I need more key bindings, but you're limited to 8. So, and heal is one of them, which is just super fantastic. Seriously, what was that about? There are more buttons on the keyboard than 1 through 8, you know. I mean, there's a lot of buttons. Can't we have just however number of key bindings we want? Must we be so arbitrarily limited? Just annoying, but whatever. You work with what you got. Also, yes, and I believe that was a headshot. If not, I have been getting headshots on these guys with this thing. At least I think so. Of all the enemies to face, it's really hard to tell because their heads are like in the center of their bodies. So when you think you got a headshot, it's actually a body shot. But that is a large chasm. So I don't think that this thing actually one-shots red-barred enemies at level 1. It does now have... I spec'd it, I modded it for extra ammo because it has so little ammo, and it really did make a difference, I thought. And 17.5% or whatever more damage from a random damage mod. So whatever level of damage mod that gives you, 17.5% damage. It wasn't a level 1, I don't think. But the weapon is still level 1. It just doesn't seem like it one-shots enemies when they're at full health at the red bar. Maybe that's just because I'm facing the Geth. Maybe they have just bigger red bars than most, and they're just not as susceptible to headshots. Probably would have gone a lot better if I wasn't using incendiary ammo, but that's all I had. Maybe incendiary ammo is just particularly weak against them. I think it is, but I still think it would give me more damage, just more damage. I hate missing! Stop missing ever. Rage. I hate when I stun you and you literally fall right as I attempt to shoot you. More rage. No explosions, apparently. Yeah, I could swear that was a headshot, but 2 ticks left. I don't know. So the next video will have the exciting conclusion to this mission, and it was a very exciting conclusion, I have to say. And actually we'll also have a new weapon, so pretty awesome all the way around. It was really fun. Finally picked up a weapon that actually suits my playstyle for once, rather than just something I have to use, because I know you guys want to see it. I know you guys want to see the Javelin. But yes, the boss of the next mission was quite the challenge, I have to say. So I will be showing that. Again, sorry that I haven't been able to get out, like 10 videos a day or whatever. 8 to 10, I think, is usually about what I've been doing in the past week. But I've just had some real-life stuff to deal with. I've had work. And you might wonder, how do you get these videos out when you have work and school to do? To which I respond, how do you get this number of videos out when you have work and school? Seriously, how do you do that? Because I haven't been able to do it very easily. If at all. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.